Hello, beautiful warriors of life. Welcome to the Part of the Process podcast. My name is Michelle Peredia, and this is my first episode. I'm so excited. It's been a long time coming. This episode will be an intro to my life, and you'll kind of get the vibes as to what this podcast is going to be about after the episode is done. So let's get into it. I know you guys are dying to know what my sign is. I'm an Aquarius sun, Sagittarius moon, and Sagittarius rising. I am the eldest daughter of 4. I have a sister, 2 twin brothers, and my mom. I grew up in Los Angeles, Redondo Beach to be specific. My mom is from Lima, Peru, and my dad is from Zacatecas, Mexico. It's like the best mix for food. I grew up with not only enchiladas, pozole, tacos, but also lomo saltado, arroz chaufa, papa la huancaína, ceviche peruano, and of course, panetón every single Christmas. I attended the University of California, Berkeley, and that's where I got my bachelor's in psychology. I love to travel. As a matter of fact, I did a study abroad in college, which I totally recommend if you're in college. Go study abroad. It's life-changing. I also have done many solo trips, which I totally recommend. They are so healing. Traveling is like the most expensive therapy. At least that's what I call it. I've just had quite the journey of life, as many of us have, because I think sometimes we think we're the only ones going through things, yet everyone has their story. Everyone has a roadblock or a limitation in life. So anyways, I came from obviously a Latino upbringing, and you know how that goes. Toxic masculinity, mental abuse, verbal abuse, physical abuse, generational trauma. And I'm not here to sob about my sorrows, but I'm here to tell you that from all those pains in life, I only came out stronger, right? Every single time that I have fell to the ground, I've came back up even more powerful. The first pain in my life got me through school with straight A's. I turned that pain into success, got myself right through college. And now in my adult life, I've experienced more pains and I'm finally out on the other side, like I said, with this burning desire to become my best self, to fight through it all, to welcome it all, because I know that no matter what happens, I'm going to come out stronger and better. Now in my adult life, I've dealt with narcissistic, abusive relationships, one of which literally broke me, and I don't even know how I made it out alive. I know that it had to do with a lot of drive, power of the mind to know that that relationship was no good for me and I had to go. There was no other way, no other route, no plan B. It was plan A all the way. Leave, and that was it. Never look back and become better, stronger, and more confident, and love yourself to, your full potential. And of course, with that, I had a lot of love and support from friends, family. During those times, that is what you really need. You want to isolate yourself because you don't want anyone to see you at your lowest point. But what you need is really supporting people that love you and that don't mind seeing you at your lowest. In my adult life, I've also had lots of toxic friendships. You think you know people and then they show you their true colors and that changes you. Sure, I've been the toxic person in relationships at times, but now I'm trying to be a much better person so that I can keep finding these genuine, loving relationships and friendships. I've also experienced toxic workplaces, toxic bosses, narcissistic bosses, and those environments are not good for your health. When you come from a background of abuse only to be in a relationship with an abuser and now you're at work getting abused, it really brings you down this depressive spiral, this anxiety driven life, and it's not good. Now that I'm becoming a little more self-aware, trying to fix that. Every single thing that I have gone through has all been part of the process, and that's why I decided to call this podcast Part of the Process, because thinking back now, now, I am grateful for every single thing that has happened in my life, whether it's been good or bad. I'm grateful for everyone that's tried to tear me down. Now I'm ready. I'm ready for the next thing. And you feel it, like that Alicia Keys song, This Girl Is on Fire. I never got that song until recently. Like I mentioned before, sadness took me to getting myself through college. The next sadness, I actually am a homeowner. I bought a house. I support myself. I don't rely on anyone to support me or my dog, Buddy. That's his name. That's something else generational that I broke, that I don't have to be reliant on a man. I don't have to be forced to stay in toxic relationships because I don't have my own income. Like I said, I'm a homeowner, first-time homeowner. I think the first person in my family to own a home. So I'm really, really proud of that. And we're going to keep going. It's like, what's next? Me and my sister always say that, like, what's next? Literally, because we've gone through, only God knows what we have gone through. And so being at rock bottom has led to my ultimate awakening. The blind has came off. I can now see the truth. I see this world that we're living in for what it is, and I'm no longer assimilated into that. I'm kind of like now an observer. When you get to this level of things, it's different. It feels so different. You feel like an outsider. Like I can't even begin to explain it. And so I'm on this path of awakening, and I've done many hours of meditation, and I've gone through dark night of the soul, and that's probably one of the most scariest, traumatizing things that I have gone through. And some people call it depression. And so I went through dark night of the soul like last year and this year, and we're finally out. And apparently you go through it many more times during your awakening. I've learned to accept that that's just the way life is. Thing after thing after thing, lesson after lesson. And I guess what changes is your perspective on it, your consciousness, and how you feel about these situations. Before, things that have happened to me now would have probably crushed me even more. And now that I'm aware and on this path of enlightenment, it's kind of different. It's very different. So that's just part of life. And the more things happen to you, the more wise you are. And I never believed it, but it's true. It's so true. The person that is the wisest has gone through the most things in life. So anyways, this awakening path feels like you're an infant seeing the world for the first time, because throughout your life, you're just living in autopilot. And when you awaken, it's like, wow, is this what the world is like? I never noticed. So we'll be talking a little more about that now that I'm in this healing journey. Been sober for 5 months and 1 week. I just don't vibrate with that anymore. I don't want to drink. The only times that I've drank have been in my nightmares. I literally have nightmares that I go out with the people that I used to hang out with, and that we just start taking shots. And then I'm like, oh my God, I broke my sobriety. I'm back at 0. Other than that, in this reality, I have not drank. We're trying to heal ourselves so that we can heal our ancestors before us and anyone that comes after us. I don't have kids, and I do want to have kids eventually. And I want to make sure that I am my best possible self so that they don't have to heal what I had to heal. I think that's pretty much it. I'm so happy you guys are on my first episode listening to this, and I am going to be posting weekly episodes. I'm going to be posting on YouTube, on Spotify, Apple. Aside from that, I just really want to share my story and really build a community of people that may feel alone throughout this process, because it's a lonely process when you awaken. People don't get you. You talk to people about things and you're so passionate about it, but some people are still blind and still don't see it. And, you just have to be understanding and compassionate that not everyone's going to see things with you. And I've been so grateful that I'm actually going through this process, like with my sister and my brothers. Even my mom is starting to wake up, and it's so beautiful to see, because it's like we've all been through so much, and we're finally working on ourselves. We're finally having creating this self-awareness, working on our generational habits like overeating. We're watching what we put in our bodies, breaking all these barriers, and it's so difficult, but it's supposed to be worth it in the end. That's my story for now. I hope you guys tune in next week, and I'm really excited to start this journey with you guys. You can follow me on all socials on Part of the Process podcast. Just a little reminder, whatever you're going through, stick it through, because greatness awaits. After the darkness comes the light, and then the darkness again, and then the light. But hang in there, because the world needs you and I need you. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Follow me on social media, and I'll see you in my next podcast.